when we talk about it, you're talking about some of the Allen Iverson, easily one of the greatest one-on-one players ever, right? I can't imagine him losing a game of one-on-one to anyone of comparable size. And we talk about Melo, right? One of the greatest buckets of all time in terms of one-on-one skill set. Then we talk about, I don't need to.
Thou who shall not be named.
That's probably my favorite move I've ever seen him do.
Just listen.
Gotcha.
Got him.
Whoop, whoop. Stay on the ground. Gotcha. Step through. Easy work. No, but I mean, we talk about some of the, and obviously this guy, right? You've got some of the great, and the guy who was defending him right there was a great one-on-one player as well, Grant Hill. So we talk about it, and here, one of the greatest nuclear weapons, we just talked about him last segment. You have to be able to have, that one-on-one skill set. So to answer your question, I know I've been yapping and not answering directly. I think that having the one-on-one skill set is very important, even at the NBA level, because if you want to be that guy, your teammates are going to come to you when they need a bucket, and you need that skill set to be able to get it.
Make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you.
But moving on, we're going to move on here to the next topic, one-on-one in the NBA. So we've had a similar conversation about this before when it comes to great one-on-one players, but we're referring to a certain someone. Now we're pivoting to more of the overall concept of one-on-one basketball. I'm mad that you don't have Michael Beasley on that thumbnail. That's kind of crazy.
But he's on the main thumbnail.
He's on the main thumbnail. Okay. Yeah. But one-on-one basketball play. Me and Bruce decided to have this conversation because obviously Tracy McGrady and another different league are starting a league about one-on-one, but pretty much primarily one-on-one basketball. And my question to the chat and my question to Bruce.
Yes.
One-on-one basketball players. Obviously, we see Michael Beasley. We know about ISO Joe. We know another greats. And I'm not talking major stars like the ones that we got on this thumbnail here. Guys like Jamal Crawford, guys like Lance Stephenson, and those, Katino Mobley, those great one-on-one. Like if it's strictly one-on-one basketball, they're purely dominant at being a great one-on-one player. And I say this, Michael Beasley adds, people witnessed it. And you can witness it in this game. Michael Beasley's known for busting LeBron's ass in a one-on-one in practice, right? Because he's a great one-on-one player.
That's
and
correct.
One-on-one basketball player. How does that translate to the NBA, Bruce, in your opinion?
So this is so interesting, right? Because we've all, hooped in many places. Those of us who've been in the military hooped in a whole lot of places, right? I've hooped on the other side of this planet.
Countries,
right? Right. Not
countries,
I'm a superstar, so not saying that, of course. But the point is, I've hooped with a lot of people in a lot of places, right? So anyway, I think that I say that to say there's a lot of dudes that we have played against, that we like, yo, this cat is nice, right? But that person may not be able to play in an organized system, whether it's high-level college ball or whether it's semi-pro or the NBA, right? Because to an extent, you need to be able to fit in, right? So then the thought is, now you start wondering, well, how important really is one-on-one, at that NBA level, And I'm thinking, even though there's a lot of great one-on-one players who can't play on that level, one-on-one skill set is still super, super important, right? Because when it gets down to it, all the outstanding teams, and we're going to take bigs out of it, right? Because a lot of times bigs need someone to get them the ball. But when we talk about, our wing players and when we talk about our guards, so often those are the guys that when you need to, they got to be able to get you a bucket, right? Your Halliburtons, your SGAs, if we're talking the modern game, your Jalen Brunsons, your Cade Cunninghams, all these type of guys, right? I'm sure there's tons I'm forgetting, no disrespect, but those are the ones that just came off the top of my head. So you do need the one-on-one skill set. And then we go back on a historical level, right? As you can see just from the thumbnail we did, those are some of the greatest one-on-one players we've ever seen, right? And when we talk about it, you know, you're talking about some of the Allen Iverson, easily one of the greatest one-on-one players ever, right? I can't imagine him losing a game of one-on-one to anyone of comparable size. Then we talk about Melo, right? One of the greatest buckets of all time in terms of one-on-one skill set. Then we talk about, I don't need to.
No, thou who shall not be named.
That's probably my favorite move I've ever seen him do.
Just listen, gotcha. Got him.
Whoop, whoop. Stay on the ground. Gotcha. Step through. Easy work. No, but I mean, we talk about some of the, and obviously this guy, right? You've got some of the great, and the guy who was defending him right there was a great one-on-one player as well, Grant Hill. So we talk about it, and here, one of the greatest nuclear weapons, we just talked about him last segment. You have to be able to have, that one-on-one skill set. So to answer your question, I know I've been yapping and not answering directly. I think that having the one-on-one skill set is very important, even at the NBA level, because if you want to be that guy, your teammates are going to come to you when they need a bucket, and you need that skill set to be able to get it. You know what I mean?
No. I definitely agree. I like your stance there. Sid Bubba, you jumping the gun a little bit. That was actually going to be one of my questions. So something like this
quick side note, I'm sorry. We got the best freaking chat ever because they always get ahead of us with the points that we're gonna make, man. Shout out to the chat, man. You guys are great. Go ahead, Transform.
I looked up like he just stole my thunder a little bit. That's what I was gonna say. Because obviously Tracy McGrady is creating his own one-on-one. He created his own one-on-one league tournament. Obviously, we just saw the 100K game versus Michael Beasley and Lance Stephenson, in which Michael Beasley won. So obviously it's going to get more buzz. Obviously, Ice Cube has the Big 3 league, so it's more of a 3-on-3 style of basketball play. But now we're to the one-on-one, right? Now we're talking a little bit more one-on-one. Will that be beneficial in the All-Star weekend? Yes. I think yes, because now egos play a huge part in who's the better player in the NBA. The Anthony Edwards, who wants that notoriety that, hey man, can't nobody stop me one-on-one, right? I'm a phenom one-on-one. Now you got to go and show it. SGA. And I think now SGA, it's one-on-one, probably a game to game to 5. Because you don't want to run it too long, right? And tire the fans out and fans. Right. And you gotta have your time game to 5,
something like that.
Yeah,
5,
game, 7. Simple game to 5, maybe 7, and boom, best player wins. Have a little tournament, stack up the bracket.
When he's healthy,
Kyrie will win it.
Man.
Can't nobody stay in front of that dude. One-on-one? Yeah, Kyrie. Yeah, don't nobody stay in front of that dude.
Right.
But Kevin Durant can still play it. He's still tall, long enough, because at this point, you can't put too much of a body on him because now it's one-on-one. There's no help defender. Right? There's no help defender. I can drive to the basket with no problem and things like that. I think that would be some great basketball. Another addition to add on, another great idea that the All-Star weekend could use. Obviously, the NBA didn't hear my cry out last year when I mentioned the father-son tournament, which I thought would have been beautiful. It would have been perfect because of why LeBron James and Bronny just got in the league. That is the biggest the biggest piece of news that was about the offseason, more so than the freaking number 1 pick almost. And to have something like that, to get the former legends and all their kids, the Tim Hardaway Juniors, you got Bron, you got Bronny, you got Gary Payton, GP3. Like you have so many players, former players with their current players, and have them do a little father-son game where the father has to take like a jumper or something like that. But the kid got to drive to the basket.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that would have brought so many eyes to the game, because now we're doing 2 things here. We're doing 2 things. We're connecting the old school and the new school. connecting. Because now the dumb comments like Anthony Edwards won't happen.
Right.
Because now it's like, who is that? Oh, I didn't know Scottie Pippen had a son. Yeah, Scottie Pippen Jr. He plays for Memphis, right? Very, very good basketball player. Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh, Tim Hardaway is his dad. No shit. His name is Tim Hardaway Jr. Right.
And now you may have some of the younger fans say, man, let me go back and see if this dude.
Dang. Oh, dang. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Who has 2 kids that's about to come out of college now? Carlos Boozer, Ron Harper, Booster, the Booster boys. Them boys is nice. Them boys is nice. So you bring Carlos Boozer back. You bring all these veterans and staples to this game. Yeah. You bring them back into that All-Star weekend. That father-son tournament would have been crazy. But that's not the topic. My apologies for going off topic.
Right.
NBA, hear me on that. Hear me on that. Real. You're gonna do amazing ratings with that one.
Maybe we should send something like send a letter to them.
Send a letter. I think that'll be dope. We'll talk about it.
We might have to discuss that. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Be like, yo, we want to cut though if y'all do that.
Oh no, I definitely put my name on it or something.
Sponsored by the Format Podcast.
Hey, the Format Father-Son Tournament. Put our name on it and do something.
Yeah, that would be official.
Front row ticket. I get front row seats to the event. Give me something. I don't need a multi-million-dollar. I do want a multi-million-dollar.
For real.
But I'll take what I can get, man. Just for you guys heeding to my word. But back to the one-on-one tournament. The primary reason why, like I said, I think this will be beneficial. It'll complement what we're seeing, and it'll connect. I mean, not connect. It will bring the youth basketball to now have to fight for that top dog spot, because I think this one-on-one tournament would definitely have more validity. Validity. There you go. Sheesh, I'm tired. I think that'll add more of that to who's the best, because now we're talking about LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. We're talking about that trio being gone. Who's next? Who wants it? Right? Is it going to be John Morant? Is it going to be Zion Williamson? Is it going to be Cade Cunningham? Is it going to be Paolo Banchero? Is it going to be Anthony Edwards? Is it going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic? Who wants it? I think that one-on-one tournament would definitely aid to see who's the better player, like who wants that title. Because I think whoever wins it, I mean, of course, you hold the mantle. You got to come back next year and compete again, right? Just like a 3-point shootout or a dunk contest or something like that. I think that'll be crazy. I think that's a great idea.
Quick side note. Now, Bruce is naming all these outstanding players from back in the day that I didn't include in my little montage. And it also made me think about, like, whether you like him or not, Paul Pierce was an outstanding one-on-one guy. As he mentioned, Derek Coleman was a prop. Jamal Crawford, not too many dudes going to beat Jay Cross over one-on-one. No. And he's going to make a lot of people look stupid. I wouldn't play that guy one-on-one because he's going to pull out all type of and-one stuff and have you looking silly out here. ISO Joe, you mentioned, that's another one. Yeah, anytime you get a nickname like ISO Joe, that means
Katino Mobley will have a head full of gray hair
and cook you.
Mahmoud
Abdul-Rauf, same thing.
But
a lot
looking
of
like Uncle Drew out there.
What? A lot of dudes can still go. So absolutely. Yeah.
You know what? If Kyrie does participate, he needs to wear the Uncle Drew outfit.
Right.
He needs to put the gray hair on.
I know, right?
Turn back into Uncle Drew, because Uncle Drew giving you work. Uncle Drew giving you work. Steve Francis, absolutely. Steve Francis is another good one. T-Mac, I mean, T-Mac was a one-on-one guy, right? Tall, long, lengthy, 6'9", just arm wingspan, crazy work. Similar to Kevin Durant. So, and
this is the sad, and this is not to let a certain person co-opt the topic, but this just gets back to that whole business of LeBron saying one-on-one is not real basketball, and it's like, really, dude, like, we get it, that's not your game, but you don't have to denigrate it and say it's not real basketball. You know what I mean?
No, it's a part of basketball, man. Everybody grew up. No matter you in the hood, you in the suburbs, you play one-on-one.
Right.
You bored. Hey, man, you want to go out and shoot some hoops? And after y'all shooting around, you're like, hey, man, want to play a game of 10? Hey, man, bump it, man. You ain't got nothing else to do. Check up. You know what I mean? Make it take it. Right. You know what I mean? So, we've all had that, man. But like I said, I think this will benefit the new guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kyrie can play, but I probably wouldn't put the KDs and the Stephs in there. Like,
nah. Like you said,
their limelight is
going
to be the USA in the World Tournament. That's going to be their limelight. That's where they get their attention. But the Cade Cunninghams, the Paolo Bancheros, the Anthony Edwards, put them in that one-on-one tournament and let them fight for that next spot. Who wants it? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum versus Jaylen Brown would be a nice little one-on-one.
That'd be fire, bro.
That'd be a fire one-on-one.
You know it happens every day in practice, but now with the whole world watching,
yes,
they're gonna go pause. They're gonna go even harder. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's still a hard one.
What can I say? I don't know how to describe that. Okay, those two gentlemen, those two all NBA players, will give it their utmost in the form of one-on-one competition.
Their utmost in the form of one-on-one competition.
Right.
Boy,
Shout out to It's Not That Serious, man. $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's Not That Serious. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the support, man. We trying to do it, man. We trying to bring it for y'all, man.
These great topics you guys are getting, or literally me and Bruce clashing heads to 1 a.m. last night.
Brainstorming.
Just brainstorming 1 a.m.
We gotta come through for the people, man. We need these topics, bro.
What we got? I'm like, all right, we could do this, make it do this. Okay, bet.
Yeah, man. But that's what we do, man. We y'all think we just get on here and just start talking. Nah, man. We really we give that
really strategize this thing, man.
Yeah, to try to do the best.
We're both militant cats, structure.
Yes.
We call it the POD. I'm not sure what you guys called it in the Army. Plan of the day. Plan of the week, what you guys called it. But yeah, we follow PODs. Everything's on a time schedule.
We lay stuff out.
You got to lay stuff out. So if we just come on here and just start rambling, we do that during the live shows. Not live shows, the game watches,
the live watches.
Watching the game, the live watches. There you go. When we're just shooting the breeze, it can go. Well, I remember one episode we were talking about freaking movies. The top movies, which is the best Mission Impossible. Are they ever going to end? Is he ever going to get tired of doing his own stunts?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was hilarious.
We love hanging out with y'all, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But so I think to kind of put a bow on this topic, one-on-one in the NBA, I think it is important, but it is interesting the fact that you got some guys who can really hoop all over the place and are outstanding one-on-one guys, but you can't fit them into the system. And I think that's why KD is so impressive. He can fit into any system, right? Has
there been many players like that?
No, because even as great as Mike and Kobe were, I think you could have fit them into any system, but not nearly as easily, right? The triangle kind of reined those in and capitalized on their incredible skill sets. But KD, you could drop him anywhere, here, there, everywhere, and he's still going to be able to do his thing.
You want to run him at the 3, you want to run him at the 4.
Right.
You got a defensive team, you can plug him in there. If you got an offensive team, of course, you can throw him in there. He doesn't require the ball. His usage rate doesn't need to be high. He can catch and shoot. He can put the ball on the ground. He can take it to the cup. He can obviously shoot from any part of the court. And then he's 7 foot, man. The man is just, oh God, like an athletic Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, no doubt. Good morning, Kareem. What's going on, brother? How are you, man? Or good afternoon. It's noon now.
So chat, man, put some more names. You guys put some good names in the chat, man. Are there any names we are missing? Definitely think old school too. I like the older players. Ray Alston, I think would have been a great one. Is a great one-on-one player coming from street ball mentality. And one that he was a part of. But yeah, man, what are some names that we're missing as far as great one-on-one players? They don't have to be superstars because
Tim Hardaway Sr.
Tim Hardaway Sr.
But he would kill one-on-one.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's another one you have a hell of a time trying to stay in front of.
Yeah. I think Glenn Rice would be another one.
Make it take it. He's just gonna be knocking down jumpers.
Yeah, dude, you gonna stop him? Nah.
Yeah, arm extend right with a shot like Glenn Rice. Your mom's in all black and your pops in pinstripes. Shout out to journalists. Glenn Rice, that dude, man. He was a problem in his prime. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
he still holds the record. I know I'm digressing. He still holds the record for most 3-pointers made in an NCAA tournament run when they won the championship in '89 with Michigan.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, he been a shooter. Been a knockdown shooter. Yeah.
So I thought JJ Redick had one of them records.
He might, but in one single NCAA tournament run, Glenn Rice still has that record.
Okay, that's dope.
Mitch Richmond. There you go.
Mitch Richmond.
Mitch Richmond. It's not that serious. People have no idea how much of a beast he was. Michael Jordan said that was his toughest guard, was Mitch Richmond. He said he had hell trying to deal with him. Michael Redd, that's another great one. Go Cass Hoops was good. Michael Redd, that's a good one.
Oh man, Michael Redd, Redd was a dog.
Shoot that thing, boy. He shoot that thing.
He was a dog. Didn't he have a cover on
Steve Austin Carr? Go Irish.
Get a cover.
Michael Redd, did he get one?
I think he got a cover of a game. It's either 2K or live or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, guy. Gilbert Arenas was tough too. Them early Wizard years.
Agent Zero, boy.
He gave Kobe what, 50?
60.
Gave Kobe 60.
60.
Just put it in his eye every time. Like, damn.
You know what? Here's a name doesn't get mentioned a lot on this one-on-one. Allen Houston. Allen Houston gave Kobe 50.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next night in New Jersey, Steph Marbury gave Kobe 50. That was a tough trip to the East Coast that time.
Boy.
Those guys were in their prime. And, you know, Kobe was the best guard in the league. So everybody's going at him.
You got to go at Kobe, yeah.
But, you know, Kobe's not going to turn down the assignment. So he's like, hey, okay, you know, we got to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, all great dudes, man.
Len Bias, that's another great one. That would have been.
But he didn't make it in the NBA though.
No, he died with the coke overdose.
No, I know what I know who Len Bias.
That would have been crazy because him and Jordan was supposed to be it. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.